What would you say is the single most important message or lesson that we can give our children? I think you'd agree with me that probably one of the most important messages or lessons that we can give our kids is to build within them a healthy sense of self-worth. And how do we do that? How do we build a strong sense of self-esteem for our children? Rabbi Jonathan Sachs suggests that building a strong family narrative is crucial to enabling our children that place of self-worth that enables them to be able to create and become great in their lifetimes. Having a family narrative for a child to know that they're born into a narrative that is bigger than them. It enables them to find a place of belonging and to realize and to say, I fit here. I belong here. And they're able to build from that. When they recognize that I'm a descendant of something bigger and that I will continue, that enables them that stability, that enables them to become greater and to fulfill their greatest potential. It's fascinating that in this week's Torah portion, where we learn about the last of the plagues, first of all, we're told that Moshe comes to Pharaoh and he says, it's time for us to leave. And Pharaoh says, who's going to go? And Moshe says, we're all going. Our children, our adults, we're all going to go. And Pharaoh says, no way. Only the adults need to go to serve God. You don't need children. And Moshe says, no. You got it all wrong. Children are crucial in the service of God. Children are crucial in our building of our nation. The Jewish nation places a huge focus on children. And then right before the 10th plague, Moshe goes and he gives his great speech of freedom to the Jewish nation. And what does he talk about? Does he talk about breaking the shackles of slavery? Does he talk about a strong moral compass of their future? Does he talk about the future of what it's going to be, building a land of Israel? No, Moshe focuses on the Seder table and the children that are going to be sitting at the Seder table. Moshe tells us, you're going to be sitting around the table to commemorate this day. And you're going to have children there. And they're going to ask questions, and you need to ensure that they ask questions and that they realize they're part of this bigger picture. Children, every child knows, every Jewish child knows that they have a seat at the Pesach Seder, no matter how many people attend. Because the Jewish child realizes that they're part of something huge. And we emphasize that they are our descendants, and they're part of this global picture. Judaism places a huge role on our children. It is not just the education that we give our children, but it's a recognition that our children are part of our narrative, part of our future, part of our legacy. Today, we commemorate Holocaust Memorial Day. And part of the Holocaust is not merely the wiping away or the destruction or the murder of 6.5 million Jews, but it is also the destruction of a period of time that existed for hundreds of years in Europe, where the Jewish community existed. And if we're going to commemorate the Holocaust, we need to not only commemorate the destruction of the people, but also the destruction of the culture and the way of life that existed beforehand. The Holocaust existed because there was a people, a Jewish people, that had a strong moral compass, that focused on care of the elderly, on care of the sick, on the invalid, on the poor. There was a people that spent time and made time for spiritual developments and personal developments and care for others. That is what the Jewish nation that existed before the Holocaust represented. And that was a strong moral compass that was so powerful that the Germans could not fathom their development of their community, of their world, alongside such a strong moral compass. And they had to destroy it and wipe it out. And if we're going to remember and commemorate the Holocaust, it's important that we remember and commemorate that which was lost, and build and continue on that narrative that existed beforehand. We are a people of a strong moral compass. We are a people that existed with power, that care for the sick, that care for the elderly, that care for the poor and the widow. We are a people that give moral compass to the world. And when we recognize that, we attach ourselves to that part, to the part before the oppression. And we build a future, a bigger future that is more valuable than all the money in the world. I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom, and see you again.